Mastering this shoulder move can improve your ball striking, help you nail club face control, and also potentially gain you 20 yards with both iron and driver. Hi everyone, my name is James Robinson. Welcome back to Get Good at Golf. On this channel, we aim to help you get good at golf just one day at a time. So when we talk shoulders in the golf swing, it's always quite an interesting thing because so many people get this wrong, and they get this wrong on the premise that they don't really understand how the shoulders should work in the golf swing. The shoulders are designed to load the club up. I mean, that's not what your shoulders are designed for. They're actually designed to help you hold your arms. But from a golf point of view, this is what we are aiming for. So think about your right shoulder. How does your right shoulder work in the golf swing? Does it want to work out here? Does it want to work all the way around? Or does it want to be in a nice position to help you set the club where you want it to be? I think that's the one that we're going to go with, and from there, as you load up to the top of the backswing, you should actually be able to take your left arm off and still hold that club in a nice position. So many golfers can't do this. I'm not saying you're going to then start your downswing like this, but just check next time you're at the driving range, how is your right shoulder set? Is it all the way down here? Is it really, really steep and you've taken it out this way, or is it in a place where you can just hold the club up on plane there? You might also think if you could hold up a dinner plate at the top, that's the place where your shoulder wants to be. So if that's how the right shoulder works, how does the left shoulder work? Guys, Chris is also going to throw a couple of drills at you in this video that can help you get those shoulders working in unison to help you get better shots. So the left shoulder is quite an interesting one because the left shoulder is what we all want to keep connected. When I had a lesson with David Ledbetter, we spent a long time talking about keeping the shoulder connected through the golf swing. The last thing you want to do, if I stand here, is start to see visual air between my shoulder and my chest here. I want to keep that nice and connected, and oh look, that right shoulder is in the right place. Like I said, the right shoulder in the right place. Subscribe if you enjoyed that pun. Subscribe if you didn't like it as well, because I didn't mean it to sound as funny as it did. But the left shoulder wants to work compact here, underneath your chin, and you can see there, it's not worked up. Because if that left shoulder starts working up, you're in a whole world of pain. The right shoulder's also worked too far around. So you want to make sure your left shoulder stays in a nice position underneath that chin. It doesn't work up, but it also doesn't lose your posture on the way down. This plays a massive role in how you can achieve your posture, but also maintain it through the shot. If I was to hit you a bad shot, and we'll have a look at the replay on the Golf Song simulator afterwards, where my shoulder worked up, I mean, it's gone straight back to the ball retriever, but as you can see, you can't get the strike. You're always going to struggle to get that strike. So if we now have a look at that swing, and we'll look at it in slow motion, it was this one, play. Look how that shoulder then works up and around. The right shoulder's worked too far behind, posture's completely gone. Then look at the strike. The strike comes way out the toe. You don't get the strike you want. And so many people can hit that kind of shot and wonder, how do I hit the toe shank? Foxy does it quite a lot, doesn't he? Very often.
This is Foxy's kind of big mistake, I think. The shoulders don't really work too well for him. So just make sure that shoulder tucks underneath your chin, it loads up in a nice position, the shoulders are on a nice shoulder plane, and from there, maintain that shoulder plane on the way around. You'll see the left shoulder then starts to work up through the ball and around, and we maintain that shoulder angle, like this kind of angle here, on the way through. We don't pop up through the shot and try and get our shoulders nice and square on the way through. We want to maintain that golf posture at all times, and that can really help you hit, oh look at this, could go in, Chris. A lot better iron shots. This is going to be close. It's got to be. Oh, stop it! Come on!
So is that something that you see all too often on the golf course?
This replay because I was trying to get like an artistic hold here.
Oh, majestic. So in and out of posture, and that's one big thing we see on the golf course. You will look around, you'll look on another hole, you're guaranteed, I would say, 90% of the time to see somebody on another fairway who is up and out of that posture. They can't even see the golf ball at the top of the swing. From there, they're rerouting and they're trying to recover. They're trying to do all sorts of things. The club's in 12 different planes throughout the golf swing, and that is not going to give you consistency. So we want to work on this shoulder movement. We're into a good posture, we know we've got a good base, and then from there we're wasting that by getting out of it because we're trying to lift up. I know if I lift up, I can give it as much energy as I can. We've lost all that energy. We've lost all the force from the ground. From here, I'm now having to cast the club, bit of fly fishing like Franklin, and then from there, we're trying to recover that and we're scooping the ball. We're not doing anything that you would see from a tour professional. So to get this shoulder plane working better, you'll have seen this drill before on the channel, but we can get this... Probably yesterday. We can use this club to our advantage on the driving range. We can get that across our shoulders, and we was talking about rotation into the ball, but here on the backswing, what we want to see, if I take my normal posture with an iron, I want to see this left shoulder working down towards my right knee. You can see then this shaft and the butt of the club will be pointing down towards that golf ball, and that's what we're trying to get. We're trying to get this down to there. I'm now in a nice strong position loaded on this right hand side. From here, as we turn down, we need to keep rotating. On the way through, we're going to get the opposite. So the club is now pointing down the golf ball into impact, and if I brought this club in, you will see I'm over the top of that ball, and I'm able then to put pressure onto that golf ball. To get that ball launching low with a lot of distance and with a good spin and with a controlled club face, we need to be pressuring that golf ball. If I come into the golf ball very weak and like this position, we're not going to be adding any pressure. We're going to be scooping that golf ball. It's going to go very high, and you might be thinking, I've got more clubhead speed than my friend James, but I'm hitting it 20 yards shorter. Because I'm casting that golf club, I'm not pressuring the golf ball, and as a result, James is off a 10 handicap and I'm still stuck on 20. But I don't think I've got less speed, I'm just not getting that back to the golf ball. If we get these shoulders working correctly, we will see I can compress that golf ball and I can get that ball launching straight towards the flag, a nice towering shot here. And unfortunately, I hit it further than my friend James, but over the flag, straight on line, and that's the main thing. Start direction and club control was good there, and that's what we want to be able to do, get you starting it better, pressuring the golf ball. I've done that, and I've gained a little bit of distance, but we can also do this with your driver, and that's where we see this the most. So if I grab a driver from behind...
This is breaking the fourth wall, Chris, isn't it? We're not finished with this bit just yet.
Yeah, we're getting there, slowly but surely. So if I get a driver now, this is where it is obviously a longer golf club. This is more than likely going to pull us out of position even more, and this is often the club that we see more than anyone, people try and hit harder and harder. If you walk down a driving range, which we will do shortly at Waterfront, I'm sure out of the 13 people we pass, 10 of those will be hitting driver and 10 of those will be hitting them as hard as possible. So when we're in this position, because this club is now longer, we need to make sure we keep our angles. So we need to swing within ourselves, but we need to make sure these shoulders work correctly. If I'm up and out, I've got a lot of work to do with this golf club, especially with it being the longest golf club in your bag. So I want to get into that posture, feel like I swing within myself, and get a nice solid strike.
It is set on wedge.
And this is set on wedge, so it hasn't picked it up because I did hit that incredibly well. So guys, make sure you give that a go on the driving range, get the club across your shoulder, start to get this left shoulder working down towards your right knee, loading better so you can return the club better and get good at golf.